The house felt unusually silent, almost unreal for a home that had always been filled with laughter, playful teasing, and the comfortable chaos of decades of shared life. Sunlight spilled through tall windows, catching dust particles like tiny frozen memories suspended in the air. It was in this stillness that the world shifted for Mark, K.S. Willos, and Kelly Ripa. The familiar rhythm of their lives paused as something heavy and irreversible made its presence known, sitting quietly in the room between them. The moment the words arrived. Mark sat with his hands folded as if holding on to something invisible, while Kelly studied his face, sensing the weight of what was coming. When the word finally arrived, it felt both impossible and surreal. Cancer. It didn't belong to their story, not to the strong, vibrant man they knew, not to the couple who had weathered public life, relentless schedules, and scrutiny together. Yet, there it was, stark and uninvited, changing the atmosphere of the room in an instant. The first wave of fear. Kelly felt the air leave her lungs, tears forming before she could stop them. All the polished smiles and confident performances in front of cameras didn't prepare her for this. This was raw, intimate, unfiltered life. Her partner, her anchor, was facing a profound challenge, and suddenly, their reality shifted from routine to fragile uncertainty. The home, once a sanctuary of joy, became a place where every sound and shadow carried a weight she hadn't felt before. Clinging to each other, Mark reached for her hand, his voice steady despite the storm inside. "We'll face this," he whispered. Strength didn't erase fear, it simply coexisted with it. That quiet reassurance became the first thread of hope in a tapestry now woven with uncertainty. In that simple gesture, they both realized that even in the face of fear, love could provide the foundation to stand together and confront what lay ahead. Memories in the rooms. That night, Kelly moved through the house, touching picture frames, family photos, and reminders of a life built together. Early holiday snapshots, images of children growing up, moments frozen in time, all of it felt like both solace and heartbreak. These quiet reflections made the enormity of the diagnosis tangible. Every corner, every memory became a reminder of what mattered most: connection, love, and the moments that truly define a life together. A moment of solitude. In the bathroom, Kelly finally let herself collapse, sliding down to the floor with tears streaming freely. The weight of uncertainty pressed in, and she allowed herself the vulnerability she had held at bay in public and in front of Mark. She cried for fear, for loss, and for a future that now seemed uncertain. Mark found her there and simply sat beside her, holding her close, offering silent support that spoke louder than words. Shifting daily rhythms. Days turned into weeks, and the rhythm of life changed. Casual routines gave way to appointments, treatment schedules, and careful monitoring. Mark moved more deliberately, conserving energy while Kelly watched him closely, absorbing every expression and every subtle change. Behind closed doors, tears were frequent, but in each other's presence they found the strength to carry hope, laughter, and resilience for one another. Shared strength and fear. Kelly often carried the strength of both herself and Mark, smiling and encouraging him even when her own heart felt heavy. Mark, in quiet moments, late at night, wrestled with fears for himself, his family, and the uncertainty of what lay ahead. In those conversations, whispered between exhaustion and honesty, they learned to share vulnerability and to accept that love meant supporting each other even through moments of weakness. The children as light. Their children became a source of grounding, a reminder of life's continuity and joy. Family dinners, playful banter, and simple routines gained new significance. Small moments of laughter and connection became precious and sacred, providing both comfort and a sense of normalcy in the midst of uncertainty. These interactions, imperfect and spontaneous, reminded them that life continued even in the shadow of illness. The public and private divide. Outside the home, the world remained unaware of the quiet struggle unfolding. Polished smiles and composed appearances were maintained in public, but behind the scenes, life was profoundly human, a mix of hope, fear, tears, and courage. Daily hope manifested not in grand gestures, but in persistent, small acts of care, conversation, and connection, quietly reinforcing resilience and love. Strength in vulnerability. Mark and Kelly found new meaning in shared vulnerability. There were nights of tears together, not as patient and caregiver, but simply as partners confronting an unknown future. In these moments, love became lighter, honest, and restorative. Vulnerability was not weakness, it became a bridge that allowed them to navigate fear, build trust, and lean into each other's presence for strength. The role of gratitude. Amid the challenges, gratitude emerged in unexpected ways. Ordinary conversations, small acts of care, and fleeting laughter gained new significance. Even the simplest touch or glance became a reminder of the fragility and beauty of life. Kelly and Mark began to recognize that even in fear, moments of connection could inspire resilience and that paying attention to life's small joys created a counterbalance to the weight of uncertainty. Acceptance and adaptation. Treatment routines became the new normal. Hospital corridors replaced glamorous stages, and medical charts were more important than ratings or reviews. Nurses and caregivers offered calm reassurance, and Mark's humor became a lifeline, bringing moments of lightness to otherwise difficult days. Kelly's unwavering presence allowed him to rest in comfort, even as she navigated her own grief privately. Together, they adapted to a life where every small victory mattered. Reclaiming joy. Even on days dominated by fatigue or fear, Mark insisted on participating fully in life. Family movie nights, playful interactions, and small rituals became anchors of joy. Laughter, when it emerged, felt genuine and healing. These moments reminded them that even amidst challenges, joy could coexist with struggle, and that living fully in the present was a powerful act of resilience. Lessons in love. The experience reshaped their understanding of love and strength. Kelly learned that tears were a form of care, not defeat, while Mark realized that accepting support was an act of trust, not weakness. Their story became less about public appearances and more about shared survival, connection, and the quiet heroism of choosing hope each day. Each step forward, no matter how uncertain, became a testament to love's enduring power. Moving forward. Together. Time took on a new duality, both slow and urgent. Kelly woke each morning listening to Mark's steady breath, cherishing the small, fragile details of life they might have once taken for granted. Their days continued one step at a time, marked by routine, small victories, and shared courage. In these moments, they discovered that strength was not about perfection or unbroken composure, but about standing together, even amid fear and uncertainty. The bravery of everyday life. Through setbacks and victories, Mark and Kelly learned that hope is a choice, and choosing it daily is itself a brave act. Life's fragility became a lens through which they appreciated love, family, and the ordinary beauty of existence. Even as illness challenged their bodies and hearts, their commitment to each other and to finding joy in small moments created a narrative of resilience that transcended fear. Love, as they discovered, was not diminished by adversity, but strengthened through it. Finding peace in the present. In quiet evenings, reflective mornings, and shared glances, Kelly and Mark learned the profound importance of the present. Holding hands, sharing a laugh, or simply being together became acts of courage and intimacy. Life's uncertainty could not erase the love they had built, and even in the shadow of illness, hope and connection became the guiding light that allowed them to move forward together, embracing each day as a gift. Conclusion. Their journey reminds us that strength is not the absence of fear, and love is not the absence of pain. It is in choosing to remain present, to support one another, and to find joy in small moments that true resilience emerges. Even in the face of illness, the quiet heroism of hope, courage, and unwavering connection becomes a powerful force, showing that love can lead the way, even when the future is unknown. For more heartwarming stories and updates on real-life journeys, subscribe to our channel and like this video. Stay inspired and connected with stories that celebrate the resilience of the human spirit.